And so it's basically a checkbook LLC, SPV, and you'll hear a lot of attorneys refer to them as SPV, special purpose vehicle LLCs. So it's essentially it's an LLC. You would have checkbook control. Anybody that is deemed to have checkbook control inside of the structure certainly would be able to transact. But basically, it's just an extra large. You can think of it as just an extra large checkbook LLC, and there's multiple people that are going inside of it. No, I've seen numbers, even like 10, 20 people inside of these before that are buying multiple things and buying multiple properties. So that's just something that
It's a
keeps me alive.
partnership, right? From a operating perspective, it's a partnership, still an SPV, and then the investors, they just own their fractional interest, and there's got to be an operating partner, or somebody's running the show. That party is in control of the checkbook and obviously acquisition of an asset. It's interesting that it's not a classic syndication. It's just more of a form of partnership. And I assume these folks are actively involved. They all get together and they decide, hey, we want to all be sort of self-directing to buy the shopping plaza.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, and just seeing more and more of that as well. So, but yeah, it's been interesting over the years just seeing like all the different things that you can do inside of self-directed IRAs. You mentioned that you weren't aware that you could do international real estate. We're starting to see a lot more of that as well, specifically in South America and Central America. So just seeing a lot more activity outside of the U.S. as well, just overall in different areas. But a lot of real estate is starting to be acquired outside of the United States just because the real estate here has gotten so inflated and so expensive over the years.
Yeah, it's interesting because now folks need to be aware of the local laws, obviously protecting their investments and then taxation and all that fun stuff. Because the U.S. IRA investor might not have the same tax advantages acquiring something in another country. Because I not sure how that works. Here, you invest from a self-directed IRA. It's a tax exempt vehicle, and the asset appreciates. You benefit from the appreciation, tax exempt or tax deferred. But who knows? Just I'm just making an observation. I'm not depending on locale, depending on those specifics. There may be some tax, and people may have to pay some local taxation and then bring the leftover profits here.
Well, it varies basically country to country. So the small business accounts that you're going to set up in a foreign country, it just depends on that particular country's laws. So, for example, if I set up an LLC structure in Mexico, the Mexican equivalent to an LLC is referred to as a limitada. I'm still going to get the same tax deferred status that I would in the United States, so not much is changing. It's a different version of an LLC, and essentially, a lot of these countries will have that different version. So you do have to research that particular country that you're looking to invest into, and just see what small business plan you can set up in that particular country.